Honkai Star Rail is in desperate need of changes, and the special program for version 2.1 is just around the corner. And although Penacony was the strongest update so far, there's always room for improvement. So let's not waste any more time. Here are 5 updates that version 2.1 needs to have. One thing that I believe absolutely needs to happen in Honkai Star Rail is a much needed update to the auto battle system. So let's take Persona 3 Reload as an example. When you're the main character, you have the option to give your teammates orders, or you can give them a general guideline, and there's 4 options that you can choose from. They can either act freely, they can go full assaults, they can conserve SP, or they can be heal and supportive. So let's say I have a hyper carry and I always want them to use a skill and always damage. I would choose the full assaults. Or maybe I want my healer or sustainer to always shield or heal whoever has the lowest amount of HP. I would select them for that. Or maybe I would just want them to go on about it and hey, whatever you think is the best option, and let the computer choose for them. Maybe it won't be anything as in-depth as this, but I believe this is a great reference point on what the auto battle system can be. So I would advise them to please look into something like this. This would be very beneficial for the future of the game. Another update that should most certainly happen is an update to the simulated universe. Now, Hoyoverse has done a pretty dang good job of making sure we have extra worlds like World 7 and World 8, and then they do simulated universe with Golden Gear and Swarm Disaster, and those are great updates and those are definitely worth praises. However, there is still room for improvement here. So farming these on a week-to-week basis is honestly such a big chore. Nobody likes doing these. Maybe we can lower the number or find some way to expedite it, but doing these is honestly very boring and it just feels like another thing to check off the weekly list. Now, something else that absolutely must be changed is how we farm the planetary and rope, because we have to go through 3 or 4 rooms, then we have to fight an elite, and then get a chance at one of these 2 relics. It is so tedious to do all of that, not even to get the main stat that you're looking for, which is very improbable. There needs to be a better way that we can go about this, whether we fight the elite enemy directly or do something about it. I'm not sure what needs to happen, but we can't keep having where we have to keep going through several rooms just to finally fight the elite and then not even get what we want. Please change this Hoyoverse. Something else that I would like to see added in version 2.1 is an update to endgame content, more specifically Pure Fiction. Now, Pure Fiction is a good update to the game because it added prevalence to erudition units into the meta. However, I do believe that they could expand on this a little bit more with maybe a floor 5 or maybe even a floor 6 if they really want to go crazy. And I understand that level 85 is already rather challenging. However, maybe we can bump it up a little bit, whether they add a unique modifier or some form of a twist. I do like what they're going with this, but I do believe that we can get something to spice it up a little bit. And as far as maybe Memory of Chaos goes, well, we can add maybe a floor 13, or there have been people talking about adding a third team. So you do have your Team 1 and Team 2 for Side A and Side B, but maybe we can add a Side C for even more challenge. So maybe not right now because we still don't have a ton of characters, but in the future, I absolutely would love to see a third team added for even more challenge. Another thing that I definitely think needs to happen in Honkai Star Rail is adding more efficient ways to farm relics. Now, I know relic farming is a necessary evil in order to artificially extend playtime. However, the farming is so abysmal that it is really painful to do. So what I would propose is either adding more ways to access self-modular resin or some form of way to at least reroll some relics. Maybe not all of them, but at least find some ways to mitigate the ways that you get bad RNG, because nothing feels worse than spending 40 hard-earned resin for the day just for you to end up with absolutely nothing to show for. Even if it's just Relic XP, it just feels terrible. So yes, if we can find some way to mitigate bad RNG on relics, that would be much appreciated and everyone would be thankful for that. Now, this may be a bit of a controversial take. However, I believe the inclusion of skins would actually be a nice addition. Now, hold on, hear me out, guys. But there was that one mission in the Trailblaze quest where you see March 7th actually use an alternative outfit, where she has a dress and she has like snowflakes on her dress, and then she painted her nails, she's wearing a tiara, and I thought that was really cute. I was actually pretty excited, and I'm like, oh hey, maybe by the end of this Trailblaze quest we'll be able to get a new March 7th skin, which would be pretty nice. However, I was a little bit disappointed whenever we didn't even get access to that. It was nowhere to be seen after that. So what I would propose is we can adopt one of the few things that Genshin gets right, is where they give a free 4-star skin, usually to a free-to-play character, and then a 5-star skin would be the premium skin that they would be trying to sell. So as an example, we can take Herta. Let's say there's an event happening in the space station. Herta can have an outfit that resembles maybe something similar to what the real Herta would be wearing, and the premium skin would be Dr. Ratio. So Dr. Ratio would maybe wear something that he wore maybe when he was going to school, or something to that extent. Maybe it could be something a little bit silly, but that's what I would propose. A free 4-star skin for the main event once we complete everything, and then the premium skin that we would have to purchase. Now, are all of these actually going to be in version 2.1? Probably not. However, I do think this is a good baseline on what the game can be if they implement some of these updates. I apologize for the upload slowing down a little bit. I've been working a whole lot and I do have a vacation planned. However, I already have several videos recorded I can't wait to share with you guys, so stay tuned for that. Not only that, but I will be bright up and early in the morning to showcase my reaction to version 2.1 Honkai Star Rail. I'm so excited to give my first actual reaction to the game I cover the most. It's going to be awesome and I'm going to do my absolute best. I'm also going to be doing a short summary showcasing everything to what to expect, so 2 videos tomorrow morning, get ready for it. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching, I really do appreciate it. Stay tuned for all things gacha, especially tomorrow morning, and as always, subscribe for more.